Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yasodhanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yasodhanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Thira Banachari Jamuna Thira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yasodhanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yasodhanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Thira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatharine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. sarva
vastam gato viva yad smaret pundarikaksham sabhanyam taraha sushi Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu
Sri Vishnu. Om Gyantimidandasya Gyananjanachalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Judha Patakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Bitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Bitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Tinamine Sri Varshavanavi Devi Dayathaya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayane Prabhave Namaha Madhuryodvala Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktida Sri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostate Namaste Gauravani Sri Murtaye Dinatharine Rupanuga Virudhapa Siddhanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshad Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padambojayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namane Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virbhava Bhumestvam Nirdesta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhoma Sri Jagannatayate Namaha Vanshakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Bhavanibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahabharanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaudatveshe Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Jayatam Surathao Pangor Mama Mandamater Gati Matsarvasva padambojao Radha madano mohanao Divyad brindaranya kalpadrumadha Sriman Ratnakara Singhasanastao Sri Sri Radha Srila Govinda Devao Prista Libi Sevya Manosmarani Sriman Rasarasarambi Bamsi Bata Tatastita Karshan Venu Svanar Gopir Gopinata Sri Estunaha Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Brindabaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Brinda Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna. On behalf of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and our beloved worshipable Acharyas of the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Parampara, we commence this ceremony of initiation. Srila Prabhupada, at such occasions where devotees commit their hearts, their lives, in the loving service of Sri Guru and Gauranga, he had us chant this particular verse that we have just recited together. Om apavitra pavitrova sarvabhastam gatopi va yasmaret pundarikaksham sabhayabhyantara suchi. Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu. The translation is that one who remembers the beautiful Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has eyes like the lotus petals, even having passed through all various situations of life, becomes purified from within and without. Krishna's name, Pavitra, means one who is supremely pure. Namachintamani Krishna Chaitanya Ras Vigraha. Out of his mercy upon all living beings, Krishna has appeared within this world again and again in so many ways. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirvavati bharata. There are numerous incarnations of Krishna. He has taken many forms, many names, because Krishna never forgets us. We have forgotten Krishna. And due to that forgetfulness, we have fallen into this ocean of material existence, where due to the false ego, the eternal soul that's forever a part of Krishna, forever a child of Krishna, eternal, full of knowledge and full of the ananda, the bliss of loving Krishna and feeling Krishna's love. In forgetfulness, we're thinking we're this body that just lasts for hardly 100 years. What is that to a soul that is timeless and eternal? And during this short time, padam padam yadvipadam natesham, there is danger at every step. Ariatmaka aridaivaka aribodhaka. We're subjected to miseries caused by the body and mind, miseries caused by other living beings, especially people, humans, and miseries caused by natural disturbances. At any moment, there's no arrangement we can make that can suitably protect us from these challenges in life. Janma mrityu jara vyadi dukkha dosanu darshana. Eventually, whoever we are, whatever we have, we will get old. Disease will come. And the body must die. Srila Prabhupada cited the famous British statement, sure as death. When something is really certain, this is the comparison, sure as death. Krishna tells in Gita, for one who is born, death is certain. And for one who dies, unless we're liberated souls, rebirth is certain. Why all of this is happening? Why there's so much persecution, so much addiction, war throughout history? Simple reason. We have forgotten. We have forgotten Yajyatvat na punarmoham evam yashashi pandava yena bhutanya sheshani draksas yatmanyato mayi. We have forgotten that we're part of Krishna. We belong to Krishna. And the more we understand Krishna, the more we understand how beautiful that is. To be Krishna conscious means to be conscious of Krishna's greatness, Krishna's beauty, Krishna's sweetness, Krishna's mercy, Krishna's love, the source of all that exists. Somebody creates some buildings and they're considered great. Someone gets some degrees or wins some medals. Krishna says, I am the strength of the strong. I'm the intelligence of the intelligent. I'm the light of the sun. I'm the light of the moon. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. I'm the source of all material and all spiritual worlds. Everything emanates from me. Krishna can breathe one time and create countless universes. Krishna can inhale and destroy them all in a moment. His moment. Krishna can make one little glance for a second and impregnate every living being of all species of life within the cosmic manifestation of the Mahatattva. But all those things are quite insignificant compared to the power of Krishna's love for his devotees. Krishna's beauty. This is the conception of Sri Vrindavan Dham. Devotees are totally aware of Krishna being the supreme creator, annihilator, and maintainer of all cosmic existence. The source of everything, the mother and father of all beings, eternal. But in Vrindavan, even with all that knowledge, in its completeness according to the capacity of a soul, Krishna's beauty, his sweetness, his madhurya is infinitely greater. So great that when Krishna smiles and wants to play with his devotees, we totally forget his supremacy. Govinda, as Giridhari, he lifts Govardhan hill with the little finger of his left hand and holds it up for 7 days and 7 nights during a catastrophic rainstorm. If it rained like that here in Los Angeles or Laguna Beach or San Diego or wherever you may be from, what could the government or the non-profit organizations or anyone else do for you? Everything's finished. Such a rainstorm, everything would just be non-different than the Pacific Ocean within seconds. In such a state, Krishna's holding the hill, and he's smiling. And all the devotees are underneath the hill for 7 days, and they're not thinking Krishna's so strong. Just by the glance of his eyes, they're thinking, Krishna loves me, and I love Krishna. That's all. So that is the supreme power of Krishna. And we're a part of Krishna. And Krishna infinitely, forever loves every soul as his own child, as his own lover, as his own friend, as his own mother, father, according to our relationship. And because we have forgotten that, we are consumed by so many petty, superficial, insignificant desires, longings, frustrations, anxieties, fears. What do we have to be greedy about? If we understand that we're a part of Krishna, and Krishna is, as the Paramatma, sitting right beside us in our own heart, what do we have to be afraid of? Bhagavad Gita tells, for the soul cannot be cut into pieces by any weapon. If the entire arsenal of all the nuclear bombs on the planet fell right on top of your head at this moment, it could not touch the soul. Your soul would be smiling, thinking, so what? Cannot be burnt by fire, cannot be moistened by water. The soul is transcendental. The soul is part of Krishna. The soul is in Krishna. The soul belongs to Krishna in love. And for a devotee, Krishna belongs to us. When we understand Krishna's pastimes, when we understand his teachings, when we understand the glories of his devotees, Krishna belongs to us. With all of his sweetness, all of his love, all of his power, all of his playfulness, all of his greatness. And yet we're anxiety because we lost some money, or because somebody said something unfriendly to us. These things are all painful. It's painful to the mind that has forgotten Krishna. but one who remembers Krishna becomes purified, because Krishna is supremely pure. Srila Prabhupada gives example that even when the sun shines on dirty things, like a hog's stool, the stool gets purified by the sun, completely purified in due course of time. And the sun doesn't get the slightest bit dirty by being in contact. Krishna says, I'm the light of the sun. He's the source of everything. So the all-powerful supreme glory of Krishna appears to us in so many ways to purify us. Krishna is so kind, he gives many ways, according to our nature, how we could remember him. Krishna is standing before us with Sri Radha, his pleasure potency, Hladini Shakti, in the form of the Archamurti, the deity. When we hear Bhagavad Gita, those are Krishna's teachings. If we are attentive when we are reading, Srila Prabhupada explained, Krishna is personally speaking to you, non-different than his speaking to Arjuna. It's not that Krishna only spoke to Arjuna 5,000 years ago. Historically, that is a fact in Kurukshetra. But from a spiritually aware state, any devotee anywhere in the world for all time who is attentively hearing Bhagavad Gita with the same sincere mood as Arjuna, Krishna is personally, directly speaking to us. The same benefit, the same relationship is being offered by Krishna. Krishna is non-different than his pastimes. We often tell the story of the king Kulashekar. When he would hear the Ramayana, he's one of the alwas that Srila Prabhupada cites in some of his beautiful prayers and lectures. He was such a devotee of Ram. When someone would read this king, Ram's Leela, from Valmiki Muni, he was there. It wasn't just some history long ago. It was happening right there. And the reality it is, through sound vibration. One day, when the Brahmin reading to him talked about Ravana stealing Sita, he became so upset. He jumped up. He said, Sita's in Sri Lanka. We must protect her on behalf of Ram. We cannot live if she's been taken by Ravana. And he ordered all of his generals to assemble his entire army to march to Sri Lanka. If it means we all die, let it be. But we can't just be sitting here in our comfortable kingdom when Sita is being tortured by Ravana. The generals thought he was mad. But at the same time, because he's the king, they have to do what he says. So all the generals, they got their armies. Hundreds and thousands of soldiers, and Kulashekar himself on his horse, with his sword raised, he said, charge! And they charged across the geography of South India until they got to the Indian Ocean. Now what? It's a long distance. He said, charge! And he got off his horse and ran right into the ocean with his sword raised. And the generals and the soldiers, they were confused. This is the command of their king. And he was running and running, and they were watching. until the water was up to his neck, up to his eyes, over his head, just his sword showing. Soon he was underwater. And at that moment, Ram appeared to him. He actually appeared. And he said, Kulashekar, the war was already fought. And I won. And I have Sita. And Sita was next to him. He said, you see, Sita's with me. She's fine. She's happy. Everything's really nice. We're just going ashore to celebrate. So please come with us, Kulashekar. And Ram had to pick up Kulashekar and take him out of the ocean and bring him to the shore. This is a historical explanation of how, when we're hearing Krishna's Leela with faith, from the right sources, with enthusiasm, Krishna manifests himself. We're there. Every time we open up the Krishna book, we're in Vrindavan. It's just a matter of what our realization is, how we can appreciate that. Nam Nama Karya Bahuda Nija Sarvashaktis. Krishna is none different than his name. Within this age of Kali, Krishna makes himself manifest with all of his beauty, sweetness, his abode, all of his qualities. Krishna is fully manifest in his name according to the nature of our surrender. Yegatamam prapadyante tam sthataiva bhajamya. Kalerdosanide rajan asti heku mahan guna kirtanad eva krishnasya mukta sangha param braje. The great sages, they worship this age of Kali because Krishna is most accessible. He bestows upon the devotee the highest perfection of all yoga, of all dharma. Ecstatic praying, love, to one who sincerely, faithfully chants the holy names. Param Vijayate Sukrishna Sankirtanam. It's the prime benediction for all humanity. Not just a certain sector of society from a certain particular role or a particular origin of nationality or religion or anything. For all humanity, it is the prime benediction. And we can chant anywhere. Lord Chaitanya's prayer in Shikshastakam, there are no hard and fast rules for chanting. We can chant in any condition. We can chant in good times and hard times. And Krishna will reveal himself with his name to the degree we're taking shelter with faith of the Lord within the name. Through this chanting we become purified. Srila Prabhupada explains that the mind is like a mirror. Cheto Darapana Marjanam. When you look in a mirror, you see yourself. When the mirror is covered with layers and layers that have accumulated for generations, for many births and deaths of dust and dirt, that's all you see. But chanting the holy names cleanses the mirror of the mind, and gradually we see the truth of ourself, how we are Krishna's, and Krishna is ours. And then the only real joy in life is to please Krishna and to share Krishna with others. The International Society for Krishna Consciousness, Srila Prabhupada explains in various purports, is simply meant for this purpose. to be conscious of Krishna within us, within everyone else, and within everything. To be conscious that we're the eternal servants of Krishna. Krishna's a person, and we are people. And Krishna forever is giving us the opportunity to reciprocate with him. Whatever atapum birdvitas treshtas varna shrami vibhagasha, whatever our occupation, whatever our status in society, if we can just please Krishna, our life is perfect. There are, what Rupa Goswami explains, there are principles that are favorable for Krishna consciousness and unfavorable. Initiation is as serious as we take it. And according to how serious we take it, that's how we're going to make progress in our spiritual lives. If we follow with determination, then Krishna will be there for us. Initiation is a time in our life where we seriously commit ourselves to not doing those things that cause forgetfulness of Krishna, that disconnect us from Krishna, that implicate us in immoral activities. These 4 regulative principles are basic moral codes. No illicit sex, intoxication, gambling, meat eating. We want to keep our minds clean, our lives clean. And we vow to chant the holy names at least 16 times every day. Srila Prabhupada has given us this principle. And there are so many instances during initiation where someone would say, I vow to chant 16 rounds every day. And Srila Prabhupada would say, minimum. Krishna's instruction is Kirtaniya Sadahari, that we should always be chanting. With our lips, with our mind. That comes naturally as we make deep spiritual progress. For those who today have such a wonderful good fortune to be connected to Srila Prabhupada's mercy, the mercy of our Guru Parampara, through Srila Prabhupada's associates. The opportunity is more precious than everything else that could possibly be imagined within the entire creation. The opportunity to awaken our eternal life in love for Krishna. But we can only take that opportunity through the sincerity by which we commit ourselves. And today, we're taking vows of commitment. Srila Prabhupada said initiation means the beginning. It's not that now I have attained the goal. It's now we've begun the process on another level. We've been following and practicing for many years, perhaps, preparing, trying to become purified. But the next stage is when we actually make a commitment. And we get tested. for sure. But those tests can only make us stronger. They only help us to take shelter and surrender in a deeper way, if we're sincere. Initiation is when we decide to be determined to follow with the proper devotional attitude. I was once present when Srila Prabhupada was asked, what if we are not determined? Srila Prabhupada, in his own special way, essentially said, a human being has free will. And with that free will, every one of us can be determined. Trinadapi sunichena tarori basahishnana amani namanatena kirtaniya sadhari. This principle that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu emphasized, to be more humble than a great blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree, to offer all respect to others and expect none in return. In this way we can chant the holy names constantly. It is by practicing the spirit of being a servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord in this mood that Krishna, if we just try, if we give it our best, Krishna will give us determination. Ananyas chintayanto mam yejana paryupashite tesham nityapayuktanam yogakshemam vahamyam. Krishna will help us if we sincerely, honestly try our best with determination, with humility. And that naturally comes to us when we are in the association of devotees who are truly aspiring for that. All of our temples, all of our lives are to help to receive that mercy and to help share that mercy with the world. That is what the International Society for Krishna Consciousness is by Srila Prabhupada's definition. A branch of the tree of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to give to the people of this world what no other avatar has even given. The love of Sri Radha and the gopis and the gopas of Vrindavan, to open the doors and give entrance to that revelation of the supreme truth. To all of our Shiksha Gurus, our Diksha Guru, Pata Pradarshaka Guru, to our temple presidents, our GBCs, our head pujaris, our Sankirtan devotees, our congregation, our ashrams, whatever role we may play, we're all just meant to assist each other, help each other, inspire each other, facilitate each other, to assist Prabhupada in his mission to his Guru Maharaj. That's the perfection of our life. We would like to ask Swavas Prabhu to speak some words of transcendental inspiration and wisdom to us.
Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada. First, I'd like to thank His Holiness Radhanatha Maharaj for assisting New Dwarka, Southern California, and other places for taking on this. Actually, it's a thankless task to take on this position. But I'd like to thank him for his giving us this opportunity and expand the preaching process in New Dwarka and different parts of Southern California. Our mission is to preach Krishna consciousness, and this is, when you see this many devotees in this kind of a situation, it's just very enlivening, very enlivening. And I'd like to thank all of you for making this commitment. As Maharaj is speaking about a commitment, I was just thinking about this commitment. In the beginning, when you come, you're asked to chant Hare Krishna. We all are. They said, just chant Hare Krishna. So kind of you're unofficially, you're being asked to come on board and be with us. So you chant, as Maharaj is saying. There's a certain degree of purification going on. And then you come to this point where you make an official commitment. This is actually official in front of the deities, in front of the devotees, assembled Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, and you make that commitment. And the commitment that you're making, that we've made, is to obey Krishna and to also obey the spiritual master. It's described, Prabhupada has said that there's 3 births that we have in life. One is from your mother and father. The second birth is the initiation to a bona fide spiritual master. And this is Savitra, essential, it's important. And this is your second birth. And this second birth is, the guru is considered to be the father. And the mother is the Vedas. So this connection between the father and disciple, like father and daughter, father and son. And the spiritual master, he gives the disciple knowledge. And the disciple accepts that knowledge and acts upon that knowledge. And this is Krishna consciousness. And very essential, very important for the preaching process to carry on the science of Krishna consciousness. Just like when Srila Prabhupada left, he left it to his senior disciples to carry on, to spread this Krishna conscious movement. And when I'm here looking at all this, I'm thinking, wow, it's going quite well. It's going good. It makes you feel very good. So yes, it takes commitment, and also it takes a lot of dedication. And the third birth is Yagnika. That's when you take this Brahminical initiation. And at that particular point, because there's some Brahmins here today being initiated, Brahminical initiation, that particular initiation qualifies you to worship Lord Krishna directly, to cook for Krishna, to touch the form of the Supreme Lord on the altar. Very beautiful, very essential. You can see how important it is to have deity worship. And we need Brahmins, we need those individuals who are taking up that mission to carry on this wonderful deity worship that Srila Prabhupada introduced us to. And of course the preaching process. So I just want to thank all of you for making that commitment. It's very, very beautiful. These kind of initiations are very heartfelt, very emotional. It makes you feel that that the parampara is here. It's alive and it's well. And we see that Maharaj is representing that parampara system. When you have the association and you surrender under bona fide spiritual master, it's beautiful. It's powerful. Isn't that powerful? Yeah, powerful. It makes you feel really strong. Yes, there's few of us, but still, even in the early days, there were so few devotees, but everyone thought the Krishnas were all over the place. Thought we were everywhere. And literally we were, but there were so few of us. But you can see that power that's there, that's instilled within Maharaj in order to do this ceremony, and then that is passed on to all of you. So please take it seriously. Please be very sincere in your endeavor and your pursuit of Krishna consciousness. As Maharaj said, it is just the beginning. Now you're making a commitment to spend more time on your spiritual process, your spiritual execution, by preaching, deity worship, spreading the Krishna conscious movement. So thank you very much for making that commitment. Hare Krishna.
Brahmanda Brahmate Kaun Bhagyavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasadi Paye Bhaktilata Beach. Souls are wandering from planet to planet, from body to body, throughout the material universe, which is a place which Krishna describes as Dukkalayama Shashvatam, a place that is temporary, full of various kinds of miseries. But a soul who is fortunate gets the opportunity to acquire the Bhakti Lata Bij, the seed of devotional service, by the mercy of Guru and Krishna. Shri Krishna, as the super soul, is the Guru of all living entities, but he manifests outside in the form of the bona fide spiritual master who appears in different forms as Vartma Pradarshika Guru, the Guru that first shows the way, the Shiksha Guru, the Guru that offers instruction, and the Diksha Guru, the initiating spiritual master. So by the mercy of Guru and Krishna, you've all become very fortunate. You now have this seed of devotional service, and it's part of a system of yoga. Yoginam api sarvesham madgaten antaratmana shradavan bhajate yo mam same yuktatamo mataha. Krishna, Lord Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita that of all yogis, the one who worships him with bhakti, with love and devotion, is the highest. So in the practice of any yoga system, there is yama and niyama, the rules that are favorable, the rules of things that are prohibited. So you're taking those vows today. They're simple vows, but as we sometimes see, it's not easy to follow them for one's entire life. So you're vowing to chant the Hare Krishna mantra on japa beads at least 16 rounds a day. That's the positive thing that you're promising, that you're vowing before Guru, the assembled devotees, and the deities. So it's a very serious vow. And on the negative side, you're vowing to give up meat eating, illicit sex, gambling, intoxication. So these negative prohibitions are there, and that will be the foundation of your devotional service, the following of those vows for your entire life. But on that foundation, you're to erect your offering to Guru and Krishna in terms of the service that you will render throughout your lives to spread this Krishna consciousness movement. So we should be trying to discover what it is that Guru and Krishna want us to do. What is our mission in life? We see that the great devotees of the Lord, they all have some mission. Srila Prabhupada had a mission. Radhanatha Swami has a mission. We should see what it is we can do to help fulfill the mission of the acharyas in this world and build on that foundation that is being laid today. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So thank you, Maharaj, Suhas Prabhu, Duritakarma Prabhu, for your wonderful and inspirational talk. Here we begin our auspicious ceremony. So first of all, we would like to thank you, all the devotees who are here for this auspicious initiation ceremony at this new Dwarka Dham. We also would like to congratulate all the first and second initiates. Thank you very much. And also to the guests who are present here, thank you very much for joining us. Here are a few instructions for first and second initiates. So I will announce your name. So please come forward and offer your full prostrate dandavat to Maharaj and speak your vows. I will give you the microphone and please speak your vows loud and clearly. And then after your vows, please offer obeisances to Prabhupada, and I think that's it. And then, so here we go. We have like so many devotees who are here for the. We'll begin with the first initiates, and a few devotees are here from outside, California. So we'll begin with Bhakta Ishan Prabhu. So Bhakta Ishan Prabhu, please come forward, and Bhaktin Sapna Garg, please be ready.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I promise that I will chant minimum 16 rounds daily for the rest of my life without fail. I promise that I'll follow the four agreement principle, not meat eating, no illicit sex, no gambling, and no intoxication for the rest of my life without fail. I also promise that I will assist in Srila Prabhupada mission to the best of my capacity for the rest of my life. Thank you very much, Maharaj.
Thank you, Prabhu. On behalf of Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Parampara, it is my honor to offer you the name Ishwara Gauranga Das.
Haribo! Ishwar da Gauranga Prabhu ki! Ishwar Gauranga Prabhu ki! Ishwar Gaurang Prabhu ki! Haribo! Sapna Mataji, please come forward, and Bhakta Rohan Gupta, please be ready.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
I take vow to chant minimum 16 round for rest of my life. I take vow to follow four regulative principle, no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex. I also aspire and desire to serve you in the Prabhupada mission for rest of my life. Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you very much, Mataji. On behalf of Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Parampara, I'm very happy to offer you the name Shriji Priya Devi Dasi.
Haribo! Sriji Priya Devi Dasi ki! Sriji Priya Devi Dasi ki! Sriji Priya Devi Dasi ki! So Rohan Prabhu, please come forward, and Bhakti Rasa Mahajan, please be ready. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
In front of the deities, Shri Rukmani Dwarkadish and all the assembled devotees, I right now take a vow to chant minimum 16 rounds a day, at least for rest of my life. I also take a vow to follow 4 regulative principles of no meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex, and no gambling for rest of my life. I also take a vow to try to assist in the mission of Srila Prabhupada and all the devotees over here. Haribol.
Hare Haribo. Gaur Premanandi Haribo. On behalf of Srila Prabhupada and our disciplic succession, it is my honor to offer you the name Radha Nam Das.
Haribo! Radha Nam Prabhu ki! Radha Nam Prabhu ki! Radha Nam Prabhu ki! So, Bhakta David, please be ready.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
I vow to chant a minimum of 16 rounds every day and follow the 4 regulative principles, namely no meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, and no illicit sex. And I will also try to assist in Srila Prabhupada's mission to the best that I can.
Thank you very much. This wonderful devotee was born within our movement.
Haribo.
We are very proud of you. Our father and mother, Swami Grishi Prabhu and Anartha Devi, disciples of Srila Prabhupada, who have over the years, over the decades, taken on immense responsibilities in the service of the devotees. And I've known this wonderful person since she's a very little girl. And like all little girls growing up in America, she became a little restless, but always had such beautiful devotion. And her family has always been very dear to His Holiness Satsarup Das Goswami Maharaj, who I believe named children. And now you are just shining with so much enthusiasm and so much devotion. It gives us so much hope and so much gratitude when we see the children of our God brothers, the second generation, becoming so sincere and committed to the path of bhakti. You were born for this purpose, to love Krishna. Thank you very much. On behalf of Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Parampara, it's my great honor and joy to offer you the name Bhakti Ras Devi Dasi.
Haribo! Bhakti Ras Mataji ki! Bhakti Ras Mataji ki! Bhakti Ras Mataji ki! Thank you. So, Bhakta David, please come forward, and Bhakta Jared, please be ready.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Today I will make the vow. I vow to chant at least 16 rounds of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra daily, at least. And I vow to follow 4 regulative principles: no meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, and no illicit sex. I vow to help you, assist serving you in your mission, and to be the servant of the servant of the servant.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Very grateful to you. On behalf of Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Parampara, it is truly my honor to offer you the name Damodar Kumar Das.
Haribo! Damodar Kumar Prabhu ki! Damodar Prabhu Kumar ki! Damodar Kumar Prabhu ki! Thank you, Bhakti Jared. Please come forward. And Bhakta Sri Venkata, please be ready.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
I vow to at least chant 16 rounds a day and to follow the 4 regulative principles: no meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex, and no gambling, and to help assist in your efforts to spread Krishna consciousness.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. On behalf of Srila Prabhupada and our disciplic succession, it is truly my honor to offer you the name Jagannath Tirtha Das.
Haribo! Jagannath Tirtha Prabhu ki! Jagannath Tirtha Prabhu ki! Jagannath Tirtha Prabhu ki! Thank you. Bhakta Venkat, please come forward. And Bhakti Liza, please be ready.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavati Pranam. My name is Sri Venkata Ramanujara. I am connected to the Pune temple. Since 8 years I am chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and never I have skipped this mantra. Even though I was admitted in a hospital, also I have prayed Krishna, and that 16 rounds I have not skipped any time in my life. Maharaj, in this occasion, I go these 4 regulative principles I will follow in my life. I am following now, and in future also I will sincerely follow. No meat eating, no illicit sex, no consumption of any intoxication, and no gambling, Maharaj. On this occasion, I tell you, Maharaj, I have pursued Bhakti Shastri course and this disciple course in Mayapur, and there I have taken a vow to chant 16 rounds once in a month. That I will follow,
16
Maharaj.
rounds
On
a
this
day.
occasion, I am giving that vow also. I am giving, Maharaj. I will follow in your footsteps, and definitely I will follow our preeminent Acharya, Prabhupada. I will contribute my life for the service of Krishna consciousness.
Thank you very much.
Maharaj.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. On behalf of Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Parampara, it is my honor to give you the name Bamsi Mohan Das.
Haribol! Bamsi Mohan Prabhu ki! Bamsi Mohan Prabhu ki! Bamsi Mohan Prabhu ki! Thank you. So Bhaktin Liza, please come forward, and Bhaktin Sarita, please be ready. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I promise to chant a minimum of 16 rounds every day for the rest of my life. I promise to follow the 4 regular principles of no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex. I also promise to be a servant of a servant in Srila Prabhupada's mission and to serve you, Gurudev, and all the Vaishnavas nicely. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It is truly my honor and joy to offer on behalf of Srila Prabhupada the name Lalita Kumari Devi Dasi.
Haribol! Lalita Kumari Mataji ki! Lalita Kumari Mataji ki! Lalita Kumari Mataji ki! Thank you. So, Bhaktin Sarita, please come forward, and Bhaktin Alexandra, please be ready. No, Suraksha. Bhaktin Suraksha, please be ready. Sorry.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I will follow daily minimum 16 rounds of chanting without fail, and I follow 4 regulative principles: no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex, and I follow a Prabhupada mission and the mood of servant of the Guru and Pat.
Thank you very much. On behalf of Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Parampara, I am very happy to offer you the name Sundari Priya Devi Dasi.
Haribol! Sundari Priya Mataji ki! Sundari Priya Mataji ki! Sundari Priya Mataji ki! Thank you. So Bhaktin Suraksha, please come forward, and Bhaktin Alexandra, please be ready.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I vow to chant minimum 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra every day. I vow to follow 4 regulative principles through the rest of my life: no meat eating, no illicit sex, no intoxication, no gambling, and I vow to be the servant of Srila Prabhupada's mission. I vow to serve Srila Prabhupada's mission in the mood of servant of the servant of the servant.
Thank you very much. Everything you said was perfect. On behalf of Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Parampara, I am truly honored to give you the name Sudevi Saki Devi Dasi.
Haribol! Sudevi Sakhi Mataji ki! Sudevi Sakhi Mataji ki! Sudevi Sakhi Mataji ki! Thank you. Bhaktin Alexandra, please come forward, and Bhaktin Anna Jaime, please be ready.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
I vow to chant minimum 16 rounds on Mahamantra every day for all my life. I vow to follow 4 regular principles: no intoxication, no meat eating, no gambling, no illicit sex. I vow to imbibe the mode of the servant and be loyal to Sri Prabhupada, Sri Guru, and the Vaishnavas.
Thank you very much, Mataji. On behalf of Srila Prabhupada and our disciplic succession, I'm very happy to give you the name Amrita Leela Devi Dasi.
Haribol! Amrit Leela Mataji ki! Amrit Leela Mataji ki! Amrit Leela Mataji ki! Thank you. Bhaktin Anahame, please come forward. And Bhaktin Sheetal Patel, please be ready.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
for accepting me.
Thank you for accepting all of us.
I vow to chant 16 rounds of the Maha Mantra every day for the rest of my life. I vow to follow the 4 regulative principles: no meat eating, fish or eggs, no intoxicants, no illicit sex, and no gambling. And I also vow to strive to serve in Srila Prabhupada's mission in the mood of the servant of the servant.
Thank you very much. On behalf of Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Parampara, I am truly honored and grateful to offer you the name Anandini Manjari Devi Dasi.
Haribol! Anandini Manjari Mataji ki! Anandini Manjari Mataji ki! Anandini Manjari Mataji ki! Thank you. Bhaktin Shital, please come forward. And Bhaktin Melissa Finch, please be ready.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
I vow to chant 16 rounds a day, minimum, going forward. I vow to follow the 4 regulative principles: no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex. And I will do my very best to serve in the mission of Prabhupada and you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. On behalf of Srila Prabhupada and our disciplic succession of acharyas, I am truly honored to give you the name Sriji Kumari Devi Dasi.
Haribol! Sriji Kumari Mataji ki! Sriji Kumari Mataji ki! Sriji Kumari Mataji ki! Thank you. Bhaktin Melissa, please come forward.
Hari Hari. He's very enthusiastic.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for your mercy.
Thank you, Mataji.
I vow to chant at least 16 rounds for the rest of my life. I vow to follow the 4 regulative principles of no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, and no illicit sex for the rest of my life. And I vow to serve you in Srila Prabhupada's mission for the rest of my life, always in the mood of the servant of the servants.
Thank you very much. On behalf of Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Parampara, I am very happy to offer you the name Mohini Radha Devi Dasi.
Haribol! Mohini Radha Mataji ki! Mohini Radha Mataji ki! Mohini Radha Mataji ki! Thank you. Hare Krishna. Now we have a few devotees who are taking the second initiation. So I will just announce their name and please chant.
They should announce one at a time and they should stand up.
Arjun Gopal Prabhu, please stand up. Arjun Gopal Prabhu ki! Thank you, Arjun Prabhu. Mukund Leela Prabhu, please stand up. Mukund Leela Prabhu ki! Thank you. Sachidulal Prabhu. Haribol! Haribol! And Premlata Mataji, please stand. Haribol! Jamuna Priti Mataji. Haribol! Braja Kumari Mataji. And Priya Kumari Devidasi. Thank you.
It's your wife. You should say it more enthusiastically.
Priya Kumari Devidasi ki. Thank you, Maharaj.
He's very impartial. Thank you. My sincerest gratitude to all of you who are making this wonderful offering of your hearts and your lives in Srila Prabhupada's service. I'm deeply grateful to each of you. My prayer is that I am forever yours in Prabhupada's service. Hare Krishna.
Swasti, Swasti, Sumanlage, Shaman, Shri Krishna, Satchidanandagana, Shri Shri Svodhatu, Guru Krishna, Sri Krishna, Savadega, Swasti, Veda, Krishna, Mamaya, Sarvatra, Swasti, Klirasya, Samantara, Vajasana, Karsti, Sarvinga, Vinashana, Om Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Sumatma offer grains and ghee into the fire, so we use our right hand for that. I suggest you not use his finger, using three fingers to the thumb. So as first I'll chant three preliminary mantras, and then we'll chant prayers to the session. So as I simultaneously as I offer ghee into the fire, that's when you offer the grain. Om for Swaha. We'll start again. So simultaneously as I offer ghee, say Swaha, that's when you throw the grain. Om for Swaha. Idam Nishpune Idam Namama. I offer oblations to the four mantras. Om Bhuva Swaha. Idam Nishpune Idam Namama. I offer oblations to the space between the heavens and the earth. Om Swaha Swaha. Idam Narayana Idam Namama. I offer oblations to the upper planetary system. Om Purva Swaha. Idam Ananta Idam Namama. I offer oblations to the manifest universe. Om Vasudevaya Swaha. Repeat after me. Om Vajana Yandasya Lakaya Yaksur Vitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Swaha.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Aha. Swaha. Swaha. Om Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Swaha. 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 Om Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Swaha. Swaha. Swaha.
Okay, so now we're off the last relation fire. So all the initiates should stand up with a banana in your hand, and then we'll chant the last mantra, and then you can come forward and gently place the bananas into the fire. So except for myself, there's no offering at this point. And just come up and gently place the bananas in the fire. Don't throw it.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, one announcement. All these second initiates, please head towards the Prabhupada quarters, please. I will say them upstairs, the Prabhupada quarters. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Wow. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga.